Welcome to another episode, guys. Today we have Hannah back on the podcast.
Yay. Thank you. I'm so happy to be back.
Our second timer on the
so
podcast.
Stupid.
She's not the first.
I'm going to be the second. I'm going to be the first third timer.
Okay, you just have to come up with something to talk about.
Oh, I will.
Okay.
Solely
She's making it happen.
Solely to be the only person that's come on the podcast 3 times.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, yeah.
But today this is kind of from TikTok what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. We're talking about different kinds of friends, which is something I was kind of new to until she sent me the TikTok, actually.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Had you heard about this before?
I had heard of people talking about, like, naming different categories of best friends, but I've not heard of this specific, like, 6 besties theory, and it got, like, really popular. Like, after, I remember you telling me about it once, and then I kept seeing it everywhere else, but I don't know. I guess it's, like, this is newer, right?
Yeah, and because the girl, I should probably find her name. It's, like, Hayes. Her last name's Hayes. I know that. And I don't know if, like, I think that she's, like, technically the creator of this theory or whatever, but I was just on TikTok one day. Like, every day I go on TikTok for multiple hours a day. But this one day specifically, I was on TikTok, and her TikTok came up, and I don't remember what bestie theory she was talking about, but I sent it to my friend Becca because her and I just love, like, psychology, different things like that, and just, like, I don't know. And so I sent it to her, and I said, this is so cool, like, categorizing besties in this way, and, like, we'll go through them and kind of explain all the different versions of it and stuff. But I feel like it's just so different than just, like, oh, this is my best friend I've known since I was little, and, like, this is my college best friend, and this is my high school best friend. Like, I feel like they're a lot more deep than that, and, like, have more to them than just, like, oh yeah, I've known them since college and, like, stuff. So I don't know, I just think they're so cool.
Where did you hear about it? Because you don't have TikTok. How did you hear about the 6 besties?
I'm pretty sure I saw it on a reel when I still had reels.
You don't have reels?
No. Instagram got rid of my reels. And you know what's crazy? Today I logged into Instagram on a different phone. It popped up for 3 seconds. The whole reel screen was black. I went on to the other account, went back on, and it was gone. It's only my account. But I have, like, a few other accounts on Instagram, and I have reels, and it's so strange.
That's so weird.
Yeah, but I think I saw it on a reel.
Is there, like, some restriction that you have? Do you have, like,
I've checked all my settings. I've even China restriction. I've even messaged help support.
That's
twice,
so
and I'm gonna call them.
random.
I'm at the point where I'm gonna call because this is too sad not to have reels.
Get TikTok.
What do you do with your time? She has a point. What do you do with your time?
It's kind of helped, I guess, because I did spend a lot of time on reels, and now I can't anymore. So I just watch TV shows now, but.
You just switched
the timing. It was so perfect because I got to the point where they were, like, targeted for me. Like, I had all of my favorite reels, and now if I go onto my other accounts, it's targeted towards what those are accounts about, or, like, nothing interesting. Yeah. And I don't know how to, like,
so it doesn't really,
like,
work out.
Yeah, it's not, like, good anymore.
Yeah, you should just get TikTok now because it's so fun.
We'll see. I did 13 reasons why, like, Jalen with her iPhone.
Yes.
Did we tell them about that?
Yeah. Oh, wait, we briefly mentioned it, but you should explain it again.
Okay, so I, for the longest time, actually, since I was, like, since I was, like, 13 or 14 or something, I had a Samsung. And everybody around me had an iPhone, and I would not switch, mainly because I had to buy it myself, because my dad was like, I'm not buying you an iPhone, because he doesn't like them. But
well, and they're so expensive. Like, I mean, you can do, like, a monthly plan of paying for it, but it's still expensive.
But it, like, came to the point, like, something happened with my phone, my old phone, to where, like, it wouldn't receive messages or, like, send messages, and something was always happening. Yeah. Pictures, couldn't send pictures. We had to use Instagram. So I decided to come up with 13 reasons why. And anytime my phone would malfunction, that was another reason why I needed to get an iPhone. I think we got to like 17 reasons.
Yeah, we had so many. It just like, I feel like though they started to get like not
kind of
stupid,
ridiculous.
but like
Yeah.
kind of ridiculous. So just like, oh, this happened. Oh, yep,
Yep,
you got
this
you got
picture didn't send.
Oh, you got to get an
Yeah.
iPhone. This video was a little weird. iPhone. Like we
Yeah.
really took it to the next level. But yeah, no, I'm so
yeah.
excited because we can name our group chats now with Jalen and
It's fun.
and
I made
it's
my,
so much
what is
better.
it? How do you call it? A memoji?
I actually,
What?
Like,
you know, like Apple's version of Bitmoji that you can
Oh,
send
that has a different
memoji?
name.
It's like a memote.
The one that's like
it's MEMOG.
I didn't know it. Oh, emoji. Me.
Yeah.
I see now what they're doing. I see how they did that.
You didn't get that? Are you both idiots?
We both have
You've been
iPhones and
saying
we're like, whatever.
Memoji, and I'm like memo, not memoji. Wait,
Memo-
How else are you gonna say
Memoji.
it?
I think it's memoji, not memoji.
Okay,
I think it's like
memoji. It's probably how you
memoji.
say it, but still.
You made so like the one that's like
Yeah. But so what we established though is mine looks like a Hispanic mom.
this one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I look like a
I
Hispanic
didn't-
mom on mine.
Memoji stickers.
We should pop up each of our memoji.
I don't even know what
memojis.
mine looks like now.
Pull
I
it
think
up.
mine is pretty good. I do have to say.
What is
She
mine? Like, look at it.
her hair is a little too long, but my
I don't think mine looks like me. I don't know. Mine is so hard because like,
Wait. Yours keeps moving. Stop.
Sorry.
Don't do that.
why is
Sorry.
that
There
a
we
video?
go. Yeah, your hair's not like that. I feel like.
It's too.
Is there
like-
not a curlier version?
There is, but it's like gets super curly.
But I
That's
feel
the
like your
thing.
hair is not like wavy.
I
This
feel
is
like there should be
mine.
more hair options for Bitmojis and
Everything. They do
The
curly girls an
memojis.
injustice when it comes to any Bitmoji or anything. There's like 2 types of curls and that's it. It's so stupid. Justice for us.
This is my
Curly girls.
memoji. Does
oh,
it
it
look
got really
like?
tiny.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, why is it doing that? Whoa, this is her. Does it look like me?
See, like
It
now,
looks pretty. Oh,
Why does it do that?
see now I do it and I'm like coily.
it actually is pretty similar.
Oh yeah.
You know what I
no,
mean?
It doesn't look like you.
Anyway,
Oh.
so we'll pop it up and you'll see I kind of look like Hispanic. I've come to the point where I realize I think I just look Hispanic.
You definitely.
What? This podcast,
Hey guys,
it just turned
welcome
into
to
us
the
having fun
podcast.
with our memojis.
I didn't know you could do all this stuff. Okay, it's starting to be creepy. See, I kind of have the Bitmoji on Snapchat, but I don't really use Snapchat. But I didn't know they were like different. I guess that
Yeah.
makes sense, but interesting. Okay,
More you
anyways.
know.
Okay, back to
Anyway,
the
The
podcast.
six besties theory.
This is gonna be
Bestie
another
theory.
such a long episode again.
Okay, let's get into it.
Okay,
You wanna
I'm
start?
going
Yeah.
first.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let me just adjust myself. Okay, so the first bestie theory is the North Star bestie. So they're your compass. They guide you home. They're the person that like just gets you. Like when you met them, things just clicked. Generally know what's going on in your life. Don't put pressure on you to show up in a certain way. They're light and easy. Don't need to talk all the time. No codependency like Meredith Grey and Christina Yang from Grey's Anatomy.
I love them. I had to put them on there as like.
It's a very good. That is a very
I
good.
haven't seen it, and I saw Marin Ying, and I was like, what? I
Yeah.
was like,
I knew
No,
you
that's a
wouldn't.
very yeah.
But like
very
that's
good.
what you when you think of North Star, you think of them because
Yeah.
they're literally
They clicked.
Like,
Yeah.
well, they're so
I
much
agree.
rock,
Yeah. Comfortable and just met. What's the just?
Just met like you don't have to have known them for a really long time.
Oh.
Like you can have just met and like I feel like that was one of like the misconceptions about it is that you have to have known them for a very long time.
That's what I
But
thought
you
when I
can really
heard
like
North
just
Star.
like just meet and like it's more about that you get each other and that you have like a deep connection.
Yeah,
And
that
then
like
it's not
instant
shallow. Yeah.
connection and everything like that. Okay. I like this one the best, I think. That's
Yeah.
like my favorite best. And
Dead body.
the good time bestie. Those
Good
are
time.
my two favorites.
It reminds me of the song Good Times or whatever. It's a country song.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
But wait, we're not gonna talk about our North Star besties?
Are we gonna name the people?
Well,
yeah, I was like, I don't know if I like.
We're not gonna name, but like experiences within North Star
I feel
Bestie.
like, okay, my experiences. So when I first read North Star Bestie, I at first thought it meant you knew them for a long time, and they were like your North Star like guy. I don't know why I thought that, but whenever I think of that, they're people that I can always just like not have talked to for a while, text, and it's like you can just talk about anything.
Yeah,
and I definitely like I really appreciate those people in my life because. With like you can have them like be friends with them in, like different states or like not necessarily be close and still just like talk like your besties.
Yeah, I agree with that because I feel like mine without like naming names and stuff like that.
Tea.
I'm not gonna put some tea in this one, but I feel like my friends who I just like went to visit down in South Carolina, like those are very much like North Star Bestie. Like literally, all of those people I have not seen for I think we last saw each other like 4 years ago, and she picked me up from the airport and literally like right away we were just talking how we would normally talk, like, and I don't even text her all the time, like but it's just like this like instant connection, and like yes, we've known each other since we were like little, but I still feel like even after 4 years of not seeing each other and then like we see each other and it's like things just pick back up. That's how I like feel. I don't know.
I try to like imagine, like, I don't think I have any like long distance or like any friends like that.
You don't have any friends?
Yeah, I have no friends.
This is taking a turn.
Well, I was also thinking like, because you guys have like cousins and stuff. Like, are you counting your cousins in this?
Well, some of the ones that when I like did my list with these, like I included cousins that I'm like really close with in this. Like I wouldn't say like all my cousins are like
because I feel
a
like
North
if I
Star
had
bestie
cousins,
or something.
I would put them in like. Because I was trying to, like, establish, like, once we, like, go through all of these, I was trying to establish you, and I'm like, I have, like, 4 people. I was like, what do I do?
Yeah, but they can all be in any category. You don't have to have all of these besties.
Yeah. But, like, I was just like, oh, cousins. I forgot those were things.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So funny.
That's all.
Okay.
Moving on.
I also wonder, I mean, I haven't really, like, taken the time to put names to all of these, but do you think when you did it that North Star Besties are people that kind of are, like, not the same as you, but like you guys kind of like all like the same things, or like they're like kind of similar in your personality? Like just thinking of some off the top of my head, I'm like, oh, I feel like those are the people that like we just like we love the same things, we kind of have the same personality, we can just click. I don't know, I'm curious.
I feel like the ones that let me like go back to my list. I feel like the ones that I put are definitely the ones that I am like 1,000% myself around. Like like even like some of them are, I feel like my cousins, and obviously I've known them for a long time and stuff, but even like other friends that maybe met in the past like 3-4 years or something like that, like I still feel like they're that like North Star where it's just like I met them and I was just like, okay, they're gonna be my friend for a long time. Like there's just something in there that was like, okay, like this isn't just like, oh, let's go get coffee and let's just like like, oh, what do you want to do, or like I don't know, but like I think I also go back to like even our first conversations too, where I'm like, whoa, when I like had that like initial like chat with them, I was like, this is weird, like this is a weird connection in that way.
I feel like for North Star, I feel like it depends on your personality too, for if they're gonna be like kind of exactly like you. Because I feel like my personality, a lot of my friends or, like, people, like, drawn to me are kind of similar to me. But I also feel like we kind of butt heads in that way, if that makes sense. Yeah. Because I have such a strong personality. So I feel like there needs to be, like, some kind of balance in some way, too. But, it's weird. A lot of my friends, I feel like, do you think I'm similar to any of, like, my close friends?
I mean, people say that we're very similar. But
I don't see.
I think it's more of our personalities are like similar, like in certain ways. Would you agree with that, Jada?
I heard I can't remember who said that, and I was like, what? I was like,
yeah,
no way.
Someone
like,
said that to.
I would have never thought
of
that, but like, I definitely don't think like interest-wise. I mean, maybe you guys definitely have similar interests, but like you guys have like different styles, different like music tastes, like all of that. But, like, personality-wise, I definitely do see parts of it. And, like, you both are very, like, extroverted, outgoing, and, like, love to just, like, have a good time.
And I feel like the two of us are very, like, we like feed off of each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
We feed off each other so much. It's so bad.
No, remember? I want you to like bleep out this name.
Okay.
When I say it. Remember when was like, you've been hanging out with Hannah way too much because you were like super sassy to her? Yeah. And she was like, you've been hanging out. And I was just like, oops. But it's like, I feel like there's times where it's like, things like change in certain ways when we hang out with each other.
I remember when I first was talking to her and she was like, you should hang out with Hannah. And I was
really?
Like, yeah. Like we were, because I was telling her,
and then she regretted that decision.
I was like, oh yeah, I just like don't have many friends. She was like, you should like hang out with Hannah. And I was like,
she's a very good like judge of like personality and stuff like that. So I feel like it's a good thing. But yeah.
So yeah, and now we're like besties.
Yeah. Which bestie are you?
We should do that at the end. Wait, is there a BuzzFeed quiz for this?
I don't know.
Like what bestie
we can look it up.
Okay.
What bestie are you?
What bestie are you?
Well, I feel like if it's going to be like
coming
what
to
bestie,
YouTube, we take the BuzzFeed quiz.
I feel like whatever bestie it is, it's like going to be more of like the loyal bestie, the funny bestie, the outgoing. Like it's not going to be these.
Yeah, because I feel like with these, it's like
it's a very specific.
It changes based on the circumstances.
Yeah.
True.
Okay, we should get to the next few and then we can chat more. Okay.
Next is the OG bestie. So they were once your North Star bestie. They're when that thing happened. Sorry, I'm reading these and I'm like,
okay, I got you. Okay,
Jalen,
I did. So your OG bestie were once your North Star bestie, and they were there for you like when that big thing happened in your life that like kind of like changed you. That's what that thing is. You don't have to explain your background to them because they were there for all of it. They will be at like many major events. So like if someone in your family dies, they'll probably be at the funeral. Like when you get married, like even if you're not that close, they'll maybe in your wedding party or they'll be at the wedding. They may not know everything at the moment. Like she talks about specifically how you may find things out from your OG bestie from like Instagram or not. Like you may not tell them directly, but like you're still best friends. And I thought what was the most cool thing about this was that you don't have to like have a sit down and like chat and be like, okay, we're not like super close. We're not North Star besties anymore. Like, I think that I had trouble with that. Like after I graduated high school, I was like, one of my friends, I was like, oh my goodness, like, are we not friends anymore?
Yeah.
But really it just was that transition from North Star to OG, you know?
Yeah. I think that like, this definitely happened with one of my friends, and I remember like talking to another friend about it, and I feel like it was like a few years ago, and I was talking to my friend about it, and I was like, we just don't talk as much. Like we used to talk all the time. We used to do stuff together, like blah, blah, blah. And she's like, well, like you guys are just now in a different season of life, and like you're just doing your separate things, and like you guys just don't have as much time to like go on a trip together as much and like do all these different things, because it's like, I don't know, I think that's the cool thing with like all of these is just like there's going to be different seasons of your life that all these different friends are going to be in, and like some, I might sneeze, so I'm like scared. Like
just sneeze away from the mic so when I'm editing
this is like tickling, and I was like
if you do this it'll stop
insert story. I almost sneezed on stage a couple Sundays ago.
Ooh.
And it was like during like one of the quiet songs too, like the
were you
like,
mic'd?
After the and I was mic'd, and I literally was like this. I was like playing the piano, and I was like moving my nose, and I was like, I had to keep playing because I'm like, how am I supposed to like, you know, if you can like itch your nose and then
but you're
stop.
playing the
but
keys.
and I had a mic in front of me, and I was like, do I turn off the mic? What do I? I was like, I can't just stop playing the piano. Luckily, it like went away because I was like moving my nose enough. But anyways, whatever, sidetracked. But yeah, I feel like there's so many seasons of life, and that's why I like kind of wanted to talk about this too, was just like that all these like besties are gonna come and go, because I feel like I could have said to some people like, oh, like, which kind of going a little bit forward, but like the good time bestie is kind of like in and out of your life. I feel like that one is more of like comes and goes, and I feel like I had good time besties in high school that I literally don't even talk to right now. But like at that time, we were having so much fun. We were doing all these different things, like whatever. And now it's like I see them on Facebook and like, oh, she's married. Oh, she's going to college here. Oh, she has like kids now. Like, but it's like at the time, like we were having the best of times in high school and stuff. So I think that that's the thing to remember too, is like, I mean, the OG bestie, like it's rooted in the past, it like says, and I feel like that's one that like is someone that you're going to have for a long time and has been a part of so much of your life that like you said, like knows like that uncle or knows this family member or like whatever it is kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it's so like thinking about it, like especially for us because we're so young too, thinking about an OG bestie, you're like, what is like the past, you know? Like
I was just thinking that because I was like, I don't think I could like name an OG bestie, but I also think that's because like I moved up here at like one of those awkward ages where it was like I was still so young to have like those best friends that you kind of built that relationship with throughout middle school and high school. But then like now I'm still like kind of friends with the people I was close with back in middle school. So it's like it's weird because like you're saying we're still so young, we can't like be older and look back and like, oh, this is my OG bestie.
Would you not consider each other OG besties? That's like when I thought about this, I was like, oh, that's you two.
Well, she didn't books up.
She's like,
no, yeah, but I thought that this was like they're in your past, like they're not.
They don't have to be like in your past. They're
like
just rooted
some of my OG besties like are like I met when I was like 10 or 12.
Yeah.
And like yes, I'm like a few years older than you guys, but I still feel like because when did you guys meet? How old are you?
10.
Yeah, like
yeah, I feel like we're
because it's like especially with like you don't have to explain your background. Like you don't, whenever you're talking about your cousins or something, you can just say their name to Jalen and she's like, oh yeah, cousin blah 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 who's been in this and done this and like and then like she just knows or like you know like stuff like that.
That's true. I think what threw me was the rooted in the past and the may not know everything at every moment because I was like I tell like you everything. So it's
because like also right now I think we're both kind of each other's North Star.
Yeah.
Because that's what she talks about too. Like you can be two at the same time, 2 or 3 or however many.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're because we were each other's OG. We still are. But we're also North Star. So like the line is blurred.
Yeah, I definitely have like on my list, like at first when I was doing my list, I like put like one person in each category and then I like kept watching some of her videos and she like mentioned like, yeah, you can have multiples for each thing. And I was like, okay, that makes more sense because I was like, they're my OG bestie, but I also feel like they're like my good time bestie sometimes. And like, or they're like my dead body bestie and like all these different things in it. So then when she said that, I was like, oh, this makes a lot more sense than just
that makes sense.
I feel like we probably should have stated all the names of the besties.
I literally was thinking that. No, when you were talking, I was like, we should state all the names. How do I put this in?
Okay. North Star bestie, OG bestie, dead body bestie, good time bestie, work bestie, and seasonal bestie.
Great. You should put that at the beginning of the episode. Like, just like slice this in. And put it
just slice it in.
And then we skip back. Now we're like, oh yeah. So now that we talked about the OG bestie.
Just for good measure, I'm not doing that.
I'll do it. I'll edit this episode.
Yo, edit. Okay.
Just kidding. No. I'm just kidding. I'm just
You
kidding.
can take my job.
Nope. Okay. Next, dead body bestie. Are we good to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I'm sitting over here just like, hey guys, how's it going? Like, I'm in the comfy chair.
Yeah, you have my chair.
It's so comfy. I love this chair. Okay. Anyways, dead body bestie. Person you call when things are crazy. They help you. They don't judge you. You can go 6 months without speaking, and you don't have a doubt that they're gonna like chat with you and whatever. You can say less. You're the same thing for cut.
You're the same for each other. So like she was saying how most often I got you. I'll narrate. So she was saying how your dead body bestie most of the time.
Their dead body bestie.
So how someone may be your good time and then your seasonal or whatever. Mm-hmm. For a dead body bestie, usually you're each other's dead body bestie.
Okay, that makes sense.
Also, the say less one was like you want to do something, they're like, say less.
And
or
you just,
like, and you just go.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Talk about it. They're not offended by much. And when bleep hits the fan, crap.
Yeah. I was like, why is she bleeping crap?
Because I thought it would be funny.
It was so funny.
I know. Anyways. They're there when crap hits the fan. Yeah. This is also a fun bestie. I'm also kind of like, I feel like mine is more like my besties for this one. I feel like are the one where it's like, yeah, things are just going with my life and I'm just calling them and I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Blah, 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 blah. And they're just like, it's okay. You're going to be fine. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like that's like in my mind of, or like, what am I supposed to do? Do I text him? Do I not? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
In
like
my
that
mind,
kind of thing.
like, also this friend is kind of like the friend that's a little bit delulu with you.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Like, that's what I think. Like, I don't think I necessarily would call you my dead body. Like, yes, you would do stuff, but I feel like Jocelyn is more my dead body.
I was thinking, like, I feel like Juice is my dead body.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know. She's the one I'm always...
We're just too real with each other.
Yeah. No, but I also think that we jokingly would, like, not judge each other. We're like...
We would.
Why are you doing
I feel
that?
like you guys are more of like give the other person like the sound advice and like, okay, I don't know if we should actually go do this yet. Like, I don't know. But I feel like you said, like Joss and Juvie are like the opposites for each other of just like, oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Like, I tell Jocelyn, like, oh my goodness, this happened. I want to go get a tattoo or I want to do something crazy. She's like, yes, do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Or, like, even you. I'd be like, well, no. You'd probably be like, wait, Jalen. And then I'd say tattoo and you'd be like, yes.
Depends what.
It depends on what the thing was.
Yeah, I'm not constantly the dead body. But yeah, if it's like breaking the law, I'm like, no.
Oh, girl, I'm never breaking the law.
But if it's something to like that extent of like doing something that crazy, I'm like, no. But if it's like, oh, I want to get a tattoo, where I feel like you are like, no, Jalen, you can't get another tattoo for another like 6 months. Yeah. And I'm like, it's exactly 6 months today. We're booking you. Like, I'm like, let's go.
I was talking to her. We were talking about this episode before, and I was like, I think Hannah's my tattoo bestie. I don't know what that means, but she's my tattoo bestie.
No, literally, like the other day I texted her and I was just like, my life is like really boring right now and I want to spice it up a little bit and I don't want any boys in my life. Like, I don't want to go and get a boyfriend. That is just not on the list. But like, and I also like don't want to do anything too crazy with my hair because I already did that and that was a lot of money and I don't feel like spending that much money again.
But like a tattoo.
But I was like, I could get a tattoo. So then for like the past week, we've been
like,
talking.
You guys stress me out. So I'm like, why is she doing that? Walking to church, what have you done?
We did get some. Well, my tattoo came off.
I still have all mine. I have a leg one too.
Literally, this one came off so fast. Like, I don't even have it.
I have one on my knee that says groovy.
She showed me that one today. I was like, what did you do? I was like, you did not. Like, don't ever get a tattoo like that right on your leg. But okay, if you do, I love you.
We'll see.
It's actually real.
Groovy. Imagine
groovy. Right above my knee.
I was also going to say, though, I feel like when it comes to doing the crazy stuff, I would go to you or Josh because if, like, I randomly, it doesn't happen often, but if I'm in a mood to be like, I want to do something crazy, you guys would be the only ones that would be like, okay, let's go. But I wouldn't be that for you, which is interesting. So I don't know. This one just blows my mind.
Yeah.
Well, that's like a true like testament to you don't have to be each other the exact same. Yeah.
But I feel like too with this one, like I think like me, you, and our friend Millie, like in our little delusional state, like we're that for each other when we're Harry, Mary, and Jerry, our alter egos.
I feel like this one,
like when I am Harry, like I need to have like somebody being their alter ego with me, and like let's go do this thing.
I feel like you need to explain Harry, Mary, and Jerry to them before they're like, who's Harry, Mary?
They're
our
like
boyfriend.
they're bipolar,
multiple personalities. Like, oh yeah, Harry, you know
Harry.
Who came? Oh,
Juliana. Yeah.
Okay, so Juliana. So when Millie, Jalen, and I are together, if we spend a lot of time around each other, like I feel like consecutively, it seems to come out more when we're like more consistently hanging out with each other. But we will just go absolutely psychotic. Like I witnessed Mary and Jerry as Hannah, and I was like, this is what other people see. Like, I was scared, and I was just like, I'm a part of this when it happened. So
Yeah.
pretty much we just go psycho, and we're very delusional, and we're just like crazy. So then Juliana called us Harry, Mary,
names.
and Jerry for Hannah, Millie, and Jalen. So she just put our first name with Ari, I guess.
Eric. Yeah.
But yeah, they come out a lot, I feel like.
Yeah.
But it has to be the right moment, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't happen, like, every single time we're
And
together.
I feel like that's kind of like just like good friends, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm Jerry around y'all, but you guys don't reciprocate that. You're just kind of like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I feel like dead body bestie and good time bestie can kind of be like very interchangeable in a way.
Yeah, I feel like the difference, it seems, well, I guess we can talk about the good time bestie, but I feel like the dead body seems more of like you just contact them randomly almost, where I feel like a good time, you're in contact a little bit more with them, where it's like, I don't know.
This is so hard though, because I'm in contact with like anybody I would consider my friend. I'm in contact with them pretty frequently,
which I feel like, not to sound
old,
25.
She's old.
But like, I think as you guys get older, you won't be in contact with your friends as much as like you are now, because
we make more friends.
We'll see. Yeah. But like, I feel like also like a lot of my friends are in the stage of life of either like married and have kids. So like one of my cousins in Florida, like her and I FaceTime like every other week or something like that. But it's very random. But like I could text her, I guess, a lot, but like she just doesn't have the time, and I guess I don't really either. Like I'm working and stuff like that. So I think like as you get older, and you're also, I think that's another thing, like as you get older, you and your friends can be in different seasons of life. Like I'm single, and I have besties who are married and have like 2 or 3 kids, and like,
and then she's us,
and then I have kids as my friends. children as I know. No, but like, so it's like I have like this season of my life, I have very like different types of friends, and it's very like funny to me, because I'm like, I have friends who are literally raising children right now, and then I have friends who are literally children themselves. Just kidding, you guys are not kids. But yeah, so that's also, I feel like there's those different like seasons of your life that you'll get in when these will change, and then also like how you talk to them, how you view them, things you talk with them about, like things you don't like. I don't know, there's different things like that.
So basically a good time bestie is someone who's always down for a good time. They'll help you blow off some steam. They show up in their way, not your way. So I don't know, how would you describe that?
Like if they're gonna show up for like how they
can, because so I feel like the good time bestie, how she described it, is they don't have very much emotional depth.
Yeah. So they're just going to like,
they can do what they can, but they can't give.
Yeah, and you don't have like deep conversation, like you don't have like deep conversations with them. Like they're very much just like, here we are, like I'm here and we're gonna have fun, and like, but you don't know like their deepest, darkest secrets.
Yeah, like it says, okay, I'll finish going through the list, because this one will actually be confusing if you guys read it. You'll be like, what? Okay, so, oh my goodness, you wish that they got it your way and that they understood the hard stuff sometimes. But what they are not is dumb, toxic, or bad influence. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's okay if like they do not have that emotional depth. Like that's just not that friend that they are to you. And then this is if you want to become more than a good time bestie. Like if you are a good time bestie and you're like, wait, I want to have that emotional depth with my friends, and like you're noticing it, then you just have to get deep with yourself first. That's what she said. So.
This is so deep. I'm so into this. I'm not
actually like looked at this before and I'm just like,
Jaden was so well prepared for this episode.
Jaden's literally like
I
tears.
don't have TikTok.
Every episode that I'm like in, I feel like Jaden's just like, wow.
We need to do this wrong.
Okay, like post. So if you haven't listened to my other episode, this is like a spoiler, I guess, or whatever. But the last episode I recorded, I forgot to tell Jaden beforehand that I went to a mental hospital. And so when I was literally saying it, that is when Jaden found out. So when you guys are hearing it in the episode, that is also when Jaden is hearing it for
So
the
think
first
about
time.
it. I've known Jaden's hearing it for the first time. I'm like dying laughing. Like, she's like summer camp. I'm like, haha, summer camp. And Jaden's like in tears.
Jaden's like, I almost, like, after we recorded that episode,
What
Jaden's like,
the
I almost cried. And I was like, I am so sorry.
You guys can't keep doing this to me.
You gotta be more prepared.
I know.
Okay, you gotta look at the notes that we sent.
sent.
I guess I'm the one I already knew about all these because I was the one, I am the one that found this thing, so it makes more sense. But anyways, yeah, I feel like personally, I don't have as many good time besties because
You need the emotional depth.
yeah.
I know you do.
Because, like, and I feel like the thing is, too, is, like, even if I, like, have a good time bestie, like, I feel like they quickly become not a good time bestie because I'm just, like, I just analyze people. And so then when I hang around with them enough, I'm like, oh, okay, let's see. And then I just ask certain questions or I, like, start chatting with them. And then I'm just like, what was your childhood? Like, or, like, whatever.
Yeah.
And I just, like, get into these, like, deep conversations. So I feel like the good time
You
bestie
definitely do.
is definitely, like, there are definitely friends that I have way more fun with and, like, everything like that. But it's just, like, yeah, I don't, this one I don't really have as many because I'm also kind of, like, in a stage of life where I'm just, like, I don't need, like, random friends. Like
everyone purpose.
yeah. Like, I'm just, like, I have my friends and, like, I have, like, in some sense, like, the people who would be in my wedding someday and, like, they've been my friends for a very long time. Like, all of that. And I'm, like, yeah, I have a few new friends, but, like, I guess I'm, like, really bad about putting in the time and energy into, like, new friends because I'm,
But
like.
I feel like you're not even. Like, out of, like, most people I know, you're the most intentional about, like, making new friends.
Yeah, but then it's, like, then I feel like I don't, like, keep up with them. Like, I'm like, oh, yeah, well, and then I'm just
we
like.
won't put this in.
Yeah.
Just take the compliment, okay?
Thank you. Really? That's so, now I'm just like.
Yeah. Well, when you think about it, think about me and, like, Millie, per se.
Yeah.
Like, which of the three of us, who is going to talk to the new person and try to hang out, make plans with them?
Well,
You.
it depends the person, too. That's the thing, though, is, like, I observe them from afar.
That's true.
And then I'm like, ooh, they made a funny joke, or they did that. I feel like you're more of the one that's like, ooh, they sound fun. Let's hang out with them. And I'm more of like, I don't know if I like their personality. And Millie's
That's
like,
true.
I don't like anybody. Do you guys feel like you have good time besties?
Okay, yeah.
Do you want to say?
I was going to say, I feel like I lean more towards the good time bestie. Like
being
as
one?
myself.
You are the good, like, to other
Like,
people?
I feel like, right? Like, I feel like, especially, like, when we started hanging out, I leaned more toward.
Yeah.
And then I feel like still, I don't have emotional depth.
I feel like I can get it out of you, though. Sometimes.
I feel
Sometimes.
like when I think of good time bestie, I think of like my sister. Not in the sense that we don't have any emotional depth, but like no, you're again, I don't know anything about these. I could be just like, putting people in the
She's like, I
offending
think
so many
this.
people, but like
We
she's
cut it
just
out.
like
We're like,
always
no. Poor Joss.
she's just like always down for a good time. I can go to her to blow off steam. Like we can just go into each other's rooms and just like be crazy, but like we don't have to like always have deep conversations, or it's just like, hi, how you doing? Okay, bye. And like we just love each other's company.
Don't take the mic from her.
I did. But like you and your sister have way more emotionally deep conversations than I have with my sisters.
What? I don't
Okay, just like for instance, Jocelyn going into your room like crying. That's never happened.
Okay, do you want to know how that actually go? What do you think happens?
Do you make her cry?
She'll come out room like, crying, and she'll be like, "This is really hard," and I'm just like, "There." I'm like, "It's gonna be."
It's like,
and then she'll look at me and be like, "No," and then I'll be like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "I don't know what to say," or I just try to make her laugh. Like in those situations, I'm not there to like cry and be like, "Okay, let's unpack this." I try to just like make her laugh and like not. I don't know.
So moral of the story, our sisters are good time besties. I really wish I worked on that.
Wait, are the good time besties like not like I feel like this has like been the lowest branch right now.
I just feel like your sister should be like your OG bestie.
Well, she's multiple, but I'm saying I could fit her into this category too, I think.
That's true. We're just like, if you're listening to this versus watching it, it's gonna be so funny because on YouTube me and Jaden are sharing a mic, and so every time one of us wants to talk versus the other, we have to literally steal the mic.
And then I'm just like sitting here like
mid conversation. Jaden will just be like, or I'll be like, no, I'm gonna talk now. But yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. But I mean, like, I feel like I would want my sister to be more than just like. But also, we're in different phases of life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that I wouldn't put her as like, oh, she is like, this is her first one. But like on some days she is my good time bestie.
This is good.
You know what I mean? It just depends on the day. I don't know.
No, that's good because I feel like, that was good. Like now I'm like, oh, like ranking, like, oh, they are number 1 North Star.
Yeah.
But like number 2 is like OG bestie.
Yeah.
I
didn't think of it that way.
I'm so excited. I actually added to this. This is so exciting.
It's like I did something right.
No, but that's like, okay, wait, that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
Because someone can be like your North Star first, but maybe like most often, like they're your North Star, but most often they're your good time.
Yeah.
This is so interesting.
Okay.
That's some tea
twist.
there.
Yeah.
That is some tea. All right, next one. Jaden, you can definitely read this one and not get confused.
Your work bestie. Sometimes, well, you guys work together. That wasn't made clear. Okay, take over. This is literally your work bestie, right?
Yes.
You work together. That's what she said.
Okay, yeah, but that's not what that means. Don't read that part. I'll read that part. Oh my god.
Some of them disagree.
Okay, yeah, some work besties disagree, but what that means is that some disagree that work besties should be in like their own category or that they're important.
Oh, okay, you gotta read these.
No, you can read the rest. That's all I was saying.
What she just said, that build an alliance.
So when you're at work, like if there's like that one coworker that's just annoying, you like take the risk and you're like, wait, do you think they're annoying? And then that's what you build your bond based off of. So you take the risk and you build an alliance based off of one thing, and then you just become friends. You're touching my shoulder.
I feel like Jalen and I started out as work besties. I'm not gonna say a name, but we started out as work besties.
Oh, we did. We did.
We started out as work besties.
Okay, starting over. Wow, I didn't think of that.
I just want the camera to zoom in on my face and me just like office moment.
I always like try to look back and think like, when did we become like friends?
You
like,
and I?
When and why? And that's it.
That's
Huh.
That's very.
I
feel like also like seasonal bestie, which is like
how on
they're
earth
in the same.
Are we in? Oh wait, no, you're right. Sorry.
How on earth are we in the same season of life?
I figured it out.
We're not married. Neither one of us.
No,
are
I
married.
got it. Yeah, I got it. What? No, never mind.
Okay.
Because I was like, I'm 19 and in college, and you're like a full-grown woman with a job.
Full-grown woman. I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm like,
sorry, you're a
it's
girl.
Like when your mom
with...
tells you, like, you become a woman when you get your period. That's how I just felt when you just called me a
Sorry.
full-blown
Sorry,
woman.
that's where my mind went. I didn't go to, like, marital status.
That's where So we'll go into seasonal bestie and kind of go around.
Wait,
but
we didn't talk the last line in work bestie.
Oh.
Your work bestie helps you not bring work home. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
Seasonal bestie, they're walking the same season of life as you. They're a crucial outlet and they relate to the season that you're in. Mm-hmm. So I feel like part of me feels like sometimes a lot of your besties start out as seasonal besties.
Mm-hmm. I was just gonna say that because I was like,
you can say it. You can be the one to say it.
Oh no, you can. No, I'm agreeing with you. You go ahead now.
You can make another profound statement again.
I was saying because some of the seasonal besties that I think of that I like either recently met or like started talking to based on the season of life we were in could potentially, like you said, become like the other ones, like the OG or the, I guess not North Star because that's here. Wait.
No, North Star.
North Star, yeah, not OG, but yeah. Yeah,
because I feel like definitely a lot of my, whoa. My brain is like hurting again.
Light bulb.
Literally every time I go, whoa, yeah, that's my brain just like computing everything.
I feel like for seasonal besties, what is fun about us particularly is that we kind of follow each other. Like we are OG and we just like kind of follow each other down like every season. Like literally. It's just like one after the other.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of like your North Star bestie too?
Yeah. So like we're seasonal, North Star, OG, we're everything. Jaden, we're elite. We're elite. We're elite besties. We're making a new category.
If you have 3 or more of the besties, you are elite besties.
But it has to include North Star.
Yeah.
3 or more, including North Star, you're an elite bestie.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anyway, but I feel like also me and you, around the time we started to become friends, I was entering into the season of more like singleness. Mm-hmm. And so that was also like the season we were in the same season.
I remember specifically, this is going to sound bad, but I remember specifically like after I heard you broke up, I was like, I'm going to be friends with Jalen. Because I feel like it was very much like I was like, oh yeah, like she's, because I think before, like the both of you, like you guys talked about, like you both were in relationships at the same time, so I feel like you guys really hung out with each other a lot more because you could, and like because you were in that same season of life of both having boyfriends, so now it was like, oh yeah, like I'm going to, like, we're gonna hang out and go on double dates, and like I'm going to invite Jaden because she also has a boyfriend, or like whatever it is. So I feel like when you became single, which you were already single, so there's gonna be so many just like black screen that like over my mouth. But I feel like then it's like you were now in singleness, and I was like, oh, now she has this time to like
do stuff.
Hang out with me. Like I feel like there was just more open time now for you in that way. Because I feel like I've definitely had friends that I hung out more when I was in a relationship with than I did when we were out of the relationship. Not because like, oh, it's a bad breakup and like now I'm not going to be friends with your friend, like whatever it is. But I just feel like it was the season of life that I was in that like my boyfriend and her boyfriend were besties. So then her and I became besties. And then like that's literally, that's how my friend Becca, in high school, we were dating brothers, and that's how we became friends, because they would go and do stuff and her and I would be like hang out and like then we just started like that's how our friendship really started. And now it's like I'm obviously like not dating him, he's married, whatever, but like I'm still very, very close with her, and she like there's all of that. So I think too it's just like a lot of them do start in a seasonal time of life, and like I'm sure there's going to be friends like if and whenever I get married, like I'll make besties like through my husband, or because I'm married and like we go to a new church and we meet other young married couple, like whatever it is. So I feel like there's also that goes into it where it's going to change, and then they might become a North Star bestie because like you just clicked with them.
Do you remember the conversation we had? It was a while ago, but we were talking about that, how you only knew me and like in a relationship and I only knew of you, or so I thought, like single. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
It is such a weird thing when and I feel like that was the same like with you too. Like I feel like I only knew you two, not as like, oh, like blank's boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever, and like that kind of thing, but just like I feel like I only knew you two helping out in youth group as like, oh, you guys are dating these people, and like that's not, I guess, kind of in some way all I knew about you guys. And then when you weren't that, I was just like,
wait, they're a person.
This is weird. Like, this is weird that's like one of the main facts I have in my head about you two, like in your little folder in my head. Main fact is you are blank's girlfriend, so like that's it.
Keep wanting to say boyfriend.
I don't know, because I'm thinking that you guys have like, you have a boyfriend, but you're not that person's boyfriend.
Yeah,
like it keeps getting.
She's like,
I'm like,
it's been a long episode.
Like malfunction. No, but I think that's also a weird thing too, when like you have like certain facts about somebody and then it's like one of those facts goes away and you're just like, whoa,
like
wait,
even about you too. Yeah, the fact like when I learned that you had boyfriends for some reason, I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, that's what we like talked about on our last episode of just like,
when I learned you went to summer camp.
She's like, put that one in the file.
All her facts were just like crumbled up, thrown away.
It is, but yeah, it's just like, that's because I even like Millie, when like she first met me when I was dating somebody, and like we broke up recently after she had met me or something like that. So like that's her first memory of me, is I was dating this person, and like that's just so weird to me. And I think I was talking to you and Millie about it or something, and what was it that I was like, you guys don't know me, like,
were you showing us a picture?
I don't remember what it was.
Was it your hair?
Maybe.
I think it was like your long blonde hair.
Like my short hair or something. And I was like, you guys don't know me without having short hair, really. Like, or there was just like these like random stuff where I was just like, that is so...
you're showing us like pictures of you as
being
Rapunzel.
vegan.
Oh,
being
vegan. Yeah.
You guys don't know me not being... Now, wait, no, I was not vegan last episode. Yeah. Because one of my friends listened to the episode and she's like, you're not vegan. I was like, yeah, sorry, I didn't tell you. That's like what is it? I'm like, that's a... OG bestie. I don't tell her everything. But that's like something you guys didn't... Like, you guys met me as vegan.
As an avid vegan.
As an avid vegan. That's so stupid. But that's how you guys met me. And then when I became not vegan, like, I remember, like, Juliana was so shocked. And I was just like, that was, like, 3.5 years of my life. Like, that's not, like, that much of a chunk of time. But, like, to you guys, that was
like the
everything.
Whole time we knew, yeah.
And that's so weird to me. So, yeah, I feel like there's also those little things.
This is so random, but it just made me think of that. I was talking to you about this. I was like, you know that you've been friends with someone for a long time based on what car they drove in different seasons of your life. Like, when I first met you, it was like the tan minivan, and that was like what I knew you guys by, like the tan minivan. And then you got the bigger Pilot, and then you got like the new car, and it's like different stages of life. Like, I've known you through all of your cars, and I was like, that's just wild.
And then I was talking to my family the other day about nicknames. About how you can know people by your nicknames. Like, specifically, like, my little sister, Livy Joy. When she was younger, she was Livy Joy.
Yeah.
Then she was Livy. Now she's Liv. And then we were just talking. She wanted to be Via for, like, the longest time. And we were talking. I was like, Liv, you're going to a new school. You could introduce yourself as Via to all these people. And they'd be like, okay, you're Via.
That's so wild.
Right? So, like... You can literally identify people you've known based off, like, nicknames or, like, things like that.
Well, yeah, because I feel
or, like, your hair, even.
Yeah.
Well, people, like, from like, church here, there's some people that still call Livy Joy. Like, I call her Liv. Like, that's just, I feel like, or Liv. I don't know. I never say Olivia. That's so weird to say Olivia. No, I say Liv. But I feel like I hear certain people say Livy Joy, and I'm like, oh, yeah, they've known her. Like, I knew her when she was little, like, playing volleyball and stuff like that, but I didn't, like, address her in that way, ever. That's so crazy.
Right.
I'm going to be in my new car era. You guys are going to know me with my new
just
car.
Yeah. Wow.
That's going to be so weird. Oh my gosh.
You having a blue car is going to be the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
You copied me. I have a blue car too.
Oops. Yeah, tomorrow. I'm going to go get it tomorrow. I got a text message that I'm getting it tomorrow, which is so weird. I don't know
It's
how
gonna
I
be
feel
so
about
weird.
having a blue car. That also is just weird to me. Like, when I found out it was blue, I was like, I don't really like that. But
Yeah. But it's a car
But-
and it runs and it works and it has AC.
amen. Oh my gosh. I can't wait. Yeah, so are there any more, like... So after hearing all of them, I'm like, for Jaden, after hearing all of them, do you feel like you can categorize people better?
I think, yes. Now I want to, like, actually go through when I get home and, like, place everyone that I know. Like, I'm so interested by this now. Because now that, like, we've all talked about, I know a little bit more. But this is so fun. Like, it is true that everyone fits into one of these categories. Wow.
Yeah, and then like one of the little last facts that I like was that you should stop wishing that your best friend or like your bestie would fit into another category too. Because I feel like I've definitely been like, oh dang, I wish that this person could do this for me, or that like even myself, like I wish I could be there in that way. But like that's just not who you are in that stage or season of life, and that's fine. Just like grow yourself. If you want to change, you need to grow yourself, and then in the next season when you meet your next friend, you can be that for them, and they can be what you need for you.
That's so interesting. Excuse me, sorry. This is all just like so interesting to me. Like that's why I wanted to talk about it, because it's just like so wild to me that there's so many, like, that you can like categorize friendships, and like what they mean to you might not be what you mean to them, and just like, I don't know, different things like that. It's very...
And that's okay.
And then you're going to say, and that's what we said. And I was like, wrong podcast.
We need a catchphrase.
What a life.
Oh.
Okay.
Sorry.
And cut.
She said you should be embarrassed.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
And we're
What a life.
What a life. I was like, yeah, and then it literally clicked, like, right as she started talking. I was like, oh my gosh, they have a catchphrase already.
Anyway. I have been up for a long time.
Okay.
I was going to say something about this and I forgot. That's just so much pressure. Okay. I think I was going along with, I like that I can kind of like have a way to describe these people, because like even during graduation, I went down to Liberty to graduate at the school, and I never went there. I literally just went down to like walk across the stage and get the diploma. But I met friends there for like just the 30 minutes we were sitting down waiting, and like we clicked so fast. And one of them I've talked to like every few days since graduation. Like, we just clicked. And I was like, oh, like, it's crazy. And then describing that to other people, they're like, what? Like, you didn't know this person? Yeah, people. And I'm just like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, we just clicked. And, like, I know that, like, I just have a feeling inside that they're going to be in my life for a while. And I can just always text them about literally anything.
Wait, that reminds me that I had other friends in high school. Like, I completely forgot about them.
What?
Like, no. Okay. So, like, you like were online and you did that. But, like, when I was at college, and I was online forever, but when I went in person for, like, a couple, like, weeks, or, like, I had events with them, I, like, made friends and, like, I made connections.
So it's not that crazy.
Yeah.
Take it back.
Wait, I take it back. She's not crazy. I mean, I don't still talk to them.
Well, like, think about, like, do you have friends that, like, you would see at camp, like, once a year or something like that?
And then you go back, and it's like no time passed.
Yeah.
I feel like that's also just, like, a category of itself, like a camp bestie or, like, a summer bestie. Because, like, when I was little...
Because of college, too. Sorry.
Yeah, and, like, college, like, but I guess that's season of life in some way.
But, like, in summer.
Yeah,
The
summer
Chick-fil-A
season.
playground besties. Do you remember being younger?
I never
and, like,
went to Chick-fil-A. We
I
didn't
did
have
McDonald's.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
like,
we didn't
well,
have...
any fast food playground, you would just go in and like make friends as like a
No.
4-year-old and be
I don't
like, "Are
remember
you
that.
coming to my house today?" And then you just be like, "Yeah, let's be best friends." And our parents would be like,
That stresses me out, to be a parent.
"Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah, my parents." You know how many times we were on family vacation one time, and me and this other like 4-year-old girl were just having a blast, and we literally brought our parents together.
No.
And we were like, "Can we hang out on the trip? Can we go out and get ice cream together?" And they were just like, "Hi," like.
No, that's
should've
happened to
been
me with
sweet.
nannying, where like one of the girls that I nanny is the socialist social butterfly of the world. Like literally will go and talk to anybody, and very much is like, "Do you want to come to my house? Do you want to talk to my nanny?" And I'm just like, no. Like not that they're like a creep, because it's like they're you know, they're at the library or the playground, or like they have a child, like whatever. But I feel like, I mean, I have met some moms that way, and like then we would like, I don't know, we
That's
talked
like
like at the
seasonal
library. Like I
besties.
feel like those are my work besties.
Ooh.
My moms, literally.
For you, but like for parents, that's their seasonal. Like if like their kids
Very
bring them
much.
together.
Yeah, and so it's
That's
just
how-
like
yeah.
there's definitely, like, I know the mom I nanny for has met a mom that way, where her daughter was just like, "Oh, I did
That's
this,"
scary.
but it stresses me out
That
because
is so scary.
I think it stresses me more out because I'm the nanny and not the mom. So then I'm just like, should I are they gonna be okay if I like want to like get like if I get their phone number? And what I normally do is just like give it to the mom, and I'm like, you do what you want with this. But it is like so stressful when the little kid is like, let's hang out, like, do you want to come to my house? And then they like know their address too, and I'm just like, do not tell them the address. I'm like, that's for emergency use only.
That's so funny. But yeah, I forgot, like, oh my goodness, now I'm thinking about like different kinds of besties. I'm like, huh.
Yeah, like there was this one girl, we would go up to Maine every summer for vacation. The same week, every single year, we would rent the same place at the same cottage at this one place for every single year, for so many years in a row. And I think my brother got a girlfriend because we would do that they would like see each other all the time, and he ended up dating this girl for a while. But I remember there was this one girl, and we would see each other every year, and then she was going into 5th grade, and she was going into the 7th grade, and I was going into 5th grade. And she said to me, she's like, "You're gonna learn about sex," like, and told me, and I was just like, what? And like at this time, like my parents had not talked to me about that. I was in 5th, but in public school, like they do talk about it in 5th grade. And I was like, what is that? And then she's like told me about periods, like, and this girl like opened my eyes to a new world, literally.
That's so funny.
And I was just like, but it's like I would see her every year, and it was like they had like a little grass area, and we would always play like before dinner, like after the beach, or we'd go swimming together at the pool. Like I don't remember her name, but like I remember like her, and I feel like if I saw her today, like I would just be like,
You taught me so much.
we would like won that. And then also just like we would like, she was like my summer friend. Like I am so excited to see her. Like I would like think about it every single year. Like I can't wait to see her. I wonder like blah blah. And we would like talk, and we'd catch up about like our 10-year-old lives, whatever was happening.
That's kind of like going to camp for like us. Like you go up there and it's like your second family. Like all of a sudden you just like have a whole other group of friends, and you kind of just forget about life before, and it's just like fun.
Kind of makes me think about like school friends too, like you said, like in different grades. Like I had so many friends at school, like in elementary school, where they'd be like 2 grades above me, but we all had recess together, so like we would like all be able to just like come and hang out, and then like we weren't close or anything, but we were still really good friends, and we like kind of grew up with each other. But it's crazy, like I think that the camp and school friends could kind of fit into like a category of itself too.
Do you remember that one girl that was your friend that was like 2 years older than you, and you invited her to your sleepover, and you only talked to her or something, and then all of us who were your age were so mad. We were like, why is she talking to this older girl? Like, we are her friends.
I always try to tell this story, but I can never tell it, and like you guys are always like, no, that's not how it works. But I was really close with this girl, because I don't know why, she was like one of the first people I met when I moved up here, and we could just like talk about Okay.
I was the first person you met.
Okay, you were the first person I met, but like we didn't have like deep conversations at
You
first.
guys didn't like each other.
We were 10.
I was having deep conversations with this other girl though.
I had anger issues.
So true.
Did you want to have a deep conversation with me? Probably would have thrown something.
We
at
also
you.
had such an on and off like relationship at first where like either we'd love each other or we'd hate each other. So it was kind of like, I don't know. Maybe she fit into one of these categories and you were a different one at the time. I don't know.
What category? When we met, when we were like, say 12, what category was I? For you?
The school/camp bestie.
That's not my category.
Okay, give me time to think.
The seasonal life bestie?
Yeah, probably seasonal life bestie. Because we like had just met. We hadn't developed any of these.
Yeah, we were kind of forced to be friends. Yeah, that's true. The silence.
Force friends. That's
We
like
were.
another category. Force.
I mean, we
Forced
kind of were.
besties.
That is actually true. Dude, like you hear stories. I mean, I don't think I ever had any force. I mean, I must have, like at church or something. Okay, besides you, but like at church or something, like with my dad being the pastor, like I'm sure when I was younger, like another person in church leadership, like we'd be forced in a room together and like to play during meetings or something.
Yeah.
Like you aren't actually friends with them, but like you hang out with them when needed. But yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that category too.
Okay, so we added, what, 2 categories? Elite and forced.
Well, are we saying the school camp people?
School camp.
Or is that seasonal?
I feel like that's kind of seasonal. That falls under
subcategory of seasonal.
Subcategory,
Okay.
yeah.
Makes sense.
Elite and forced, though. We
Yeah,
should
'cause
contact
there's-
this woman and tell her.
Yeah,
Tell her on
Hayes,
TikTok.
whatever her
Yeah.
name is. It is weird though seeing, like, I don't know if you guys have like experienced this a lot or not, but like when you like say like for me, my like besties from high school, like I see some of them sometimes, like every now and then I'll see them, and like because there were probably 5 or 6 of us in high school, 5 or 6 of us girls that would literally hang out every single weekend. Like we'd have a sleepover, we'd like do stuff on each other's birthdays, like we were all on the volleyball team together, we would all do like the plays, like literally inseparable. They're like the group of us. And like I said, I don't really talk to any of them at this point, but when I do see them, it's just like this weird, like,
Oh, 1,000%, yeah.
like I don't know how to describe it. I'm sure like it's happened with a lot of people, but like you just see them and you just like this like inner me comes out that I'm like, whoa, like I'll just say something to them or like how I act around them and I'm like, I have not done that like gesture with my face or like said that to them in like 5 years. And it just No.
Well, okay, think about it. I still talk to pretty much my friends from kindergarten.
Yeah, I guess so.
So it's a little bit different, but like even friends that
I'm gonna move away, and
Okay.
then in like 3 years I'll come back, and then.
But I guarantee you it would be like that.
Like I'll just say something like it's just like this weird, like I'm thinking of this exact like this
I
friend
feel like
in
it
this
depends on the
exact
depth
moment.
of your friendship too, though.
Yeah.
Because
But
like
that's
all
the
my
thing is I would hang out with them literally I would see them every single day, and I would probably see them at least one other day during the weekend.
Yeah. Like all the friends that we would have split ways with, we never got super deep with them. I mean,
but even like thinking too, like there was a friend, we were like best friends, like she was like my sister, like we are back in elementary school, and I moved away and hadn't seen her for like 8 years, and then I visited her and we had a sleepover, and it wasn't like that didn't really happen to me, but we were super deep at that time. So it's interesting, like how, I don't know. That's interesting.
I'm just a good time bestie, so maybe that's why. I'm like, I haven't had any deep connections. It's just because I'm the good time bestie. Problem solved, everyone. I need to get deeper with myself.
I didn't say we don't have any deep
I'm like,
connections.
real talk, you do.
We do have deep. I wasn't saying that.
I think I get deep with myself. Wait. Yeah, do you think
emotionally
Okay.
wise, I feel like you're not.
I just don't share it with people.
Yeah, so there you go. Now you need to. Is there a deep conversation, bestie? Because that's me. I love having deep conversations.
I'm just in my mind,
like who is that? Who's the deep conversation bestie? The North Star?
I feel like yeah.
Okay.
But I feel like in my mind, so like when it comes to like getting deep, you have to like whenever we hang out, it's like chaotic.
Yeah.
And so it's just not the time or the place, where I feel like with us, we do have deeper conversation because it's not always chaotic when we're together.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But like with us, but like when it's just me and you, I feel like we do have, I don't know.
I think, but I also, like, I don't know if you guys are this way, but for me, I feel like I like to have deep conversations with people, but I feel like I do way better when it's like one-on-one. Because even like last night, like we talked about stuff in the car, like when I dropped you off, and I feel like we didn't really like have that with like when Millie was there or whatever, but it was just like,
because it's one-on-one.
But I feel like I can like get more in depth with somebody when I'm one-on-one with them.
There's something about being in a car too.
At night.
Yeah, something being in a car at night brings it out. And then also like for me, just like I feel like as a person, I just have to be able to prepare for like some like, so you can't just like throw something at me usually. But like if I'm able to prepare, like when we have microgroup or anything, like in my mind I'm like, okay, I want to talk about this, I want to get deep about this, but I wouldn't do that on like some random Thursday night, you know?
Yeah, it's so funny too, because like we can get deep with each other, but like versus like you or Juvie in the area, like if I spontaneously text you about something and I'm like, but like get something like a deep conversation, you'll just like make a joke or be like, Jaden, like that's stupid, or like just do this, and then the conversation ends. Whereas Juvie will like actually be like, okay, like ask questions, and like, but we do
I
do
gave
that
good
sometimes.
advice once.
No, you did, but that makes sense what you're saying. Like it has you have to like prepare. It has to be the right time. Like,
Yeah,
there's
I agree
certain
with like
stages to
Juvie
that.
in that way, where I feel like I can just like be like, Jube, what do you think about this? And she will give me like a legit answer, where I feel like, yeah, you would just be like, I don't know.
That's where you just have to know your friends.
Yeah.
So like if you wanted to have like a deep conversation with me, you probably have to be like, oh, like just so you know, like I want to talk about this or like whatever, or like I feel like if you like text me, then it gives me like time, versus like if you were just to like call me on the spot, I feel like I'd be like,
you need to mentally prepare for it.
Anyway, that's just me and my emotional invulnerability.
Immaturity.
I'm a good time bestie. What can I say?
She's like, call me up, I'll go.
Let's go get tattoos, everyone.
I feel like I'm not a good time bestie, like in some ways,
but you very much are too.
Like I feel like if
it's the category thing. You're this, then, and then, but good time bestie is also in your list
like
of things.
Certain time, certain people.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, usually we ask what's the recent real life moment that we've learned from, but I feel like this is a real life moment that we've all learned from.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally. Like definitely after hearing this, like all of it, and even just talking about it more now, like in depth, I'm like, like it's like igniting when I like first found the videos and stuff. My other real life moment is I'm getting a new car.
Oh.
That's it.
Round of applause. So proud of you. Anyway.
Follow Hannah on TikTok.
I don't even know my TikTok username. Let me look it up.
Oh my gosh. This is so chaotic. I'm cutting half of this ending out.
Oh, okay. I know what my TikTok username
So
is.
anyway, thank you for being on the podcast. You can follow What a Life on Instagram at What a Life Pod, or you can follow me on Instagram. It's Jalen_Hannah.
And mine's Jaden_Noel_.
I was gonna go, and mine's Poopy_Poopy.
That's the intrusive. And she goes deep. She is the deep friend. I'm just a good time bestie.
Harry's coming out.
I'm just a good time bestie. Harry's the good time bestie.
Harry's the good time. That's so true. Okay. I don't know.
Follow Hannah on TikTok if you can find it. There's your challenge for the day. Anyway.
What a life.
Thank you for listening to the What a Life podcast. You can follow us on Instagram at What a Life Pod, or you can follow Jalen or Jaden at Jalen_Hannah or Jaden_Noel_. Thank you so much for listening to this episode.
You can't follow me on Instagram.
Why was that better than the one that we did? That was so